the plant's top is damaged. Here's how to care for it to help it recover quickly. In today's video, I'll show you how to properly separate the plantlets, helping them survive, recover strongly, and grow naturally even when the mother plant has been damaged. This is a plant-saving secret that many people miss. This is the mother plant. Looking at it, it appears bushy and shows signs of wilting. The top leaves were damaged, but the mother plant then produced 2 new shoots from the leaf axils. These 2 seedlings are perfectly capable of self-growth, depending on how we care for them. With proper care, they will continue to grow and recover steadily. As you can see, the current growing medium is too crowded, lacking sufficient space and nutrients to support the seedlings. Now observe the seedlings. Here, you can see that the seedlings have developed their own roots. This is a crucial factor in enabling the seedlings to thrive independently after separation. Now we will proceed to separate one of the seedlings from the mother plant. This helps the seedlings recover faster and develop into healthy plants. Next, I will remove all of the old growing medium from the plant. As you can see, this growing medium has decomposed significantly. It is very dirty and is no longer suitable for continued plant growth. The growing medium plays a crucial role in root development. Therefore, I will remove all of the old growing medium. When the growing medium is rotten, dirty, and lacks aeration, the plant cannot grow well. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe buttons to support me and so you don't miss any orchid care tips. It's great to have you as a companion on this journey. Although some roots are still healthy, the amount of growing medium is too little and has deteriorated, so it must be removed. I will remove all of the old growing medium. After a long period of use, this growing medium is dried out, decomposed, and therefore should not be kept. In addition to English, we now have voiceovers in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian. To help you understand the content more easily, listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on the settings gear icon to select the appropriate audio language. I will completely remove all of this old growing medium. Then, I will replant the plant using new growing medium to create better conditions for the plant to recover and grow well. As you can see, this old growing medium has gradually decomposed, causing damage to the orchid and some of its roots. At this point, I have removed most of the potting mix from inside the pot. As you can see, all of the orchid's old potting mix has been removed. Next, I will prepare the scissors. To proceed with the next steps in treating the plant, I will use scissors to trim the damaged roots. You can see some roots that have rotted and are damaged. These roots must be removed, because if left, they could spread to other healthy roots. Which country are you watching this video from? Let me know in the comments. It's wonderful that we can connect and chat with each other from all over the world. After this step, the root system will be more airy and easier to recover. Next, I will proceed to separate the mother stem and the daughter stem. In this plant, we have 2 doored stems, and I will prioritize separating the older stem first. You can see the daughter stem is underneath, and here, the roots have developed quite a bit. I will insert the scissors into the correct position, and neatly separate the mother stem and daughter stem, to minimize damage to the plant. Thus, I have separated a distinct stem. This stem is old and has many roots, so I will continue to remove and keep the intact roots in preparation for replanting and restoration in the next step. Here, you can see the young stem nestled deep within the base. I have completely separated the mother stem and the young stem. After separation, I will carefully remove as many of the young stem's original roots as possible, aiming to ensure the root system is fully developed and healthy. This will make our young stem very strong. This is a mature, sturdy, and well-developed young stem. If this young stem were left inside the mother stem, the space would be too cramped, and the plant wouldn't be able to develop stably. I will completely remove any damaged or old roots. For excessively long roots, I will trim them at the axillary joint, cutting precisely to make the roots more compact and easier to replant. Old non-productive roots will be removed, while healthy, beautiful roots will be retained to help the plant stabilize quickly and look neater after planting. Thus, we have a very beautiful young stem, and notably, this young stem still has a flower stalk. Next, I will set the seedling aside and return to working on the mother plant. The old substrate still remaining on the stem will be completely removed. On the mother plant, you can see there's still another seedling. I will continue to remove and separate it so that the mother plant only retains one seedling, helping the mother plant to better nourish the remaining seedling. In this way, we have separated a seedling and a mother plant, giving each plant better growing space and simultaneously providing us with a new plant to continue propagation. Next, I will clean the orchid with clean water. I use a hose to spray directly onto the entire plant, helping to wash away dirt, moss, and mold still clinging to the leaves, stem, and roots. Washing under running water completely cleans the surface of the plant, removing any remaining harmful agents after separating and processing the roots. After rinsing, I will wipe and rinse thoroughly to ensure the orchid leaves are clean and free of dirt or mold. When repotting or replanting orchids, this cleaning step is mandatory. A clean plant helps limit the growth of bacteria and fungi, creating better conditions for the plant to recover quickly and stably after replanting. Thus, our orchid has been completely cleaned. I will set the plant aside to prepare for the next steps. For this plant, you can see there is still a small stem. I will leave it so the mother plant can continue to nourish it. Once this stem develops long and strong enough roots, we can continue to separate it. So, at this point, the separation and cleaning of the plant is complete. Next, I will prepare a clean container. Then, I will add 3 liters of clean filtered water to make the treatment solution for the orchid. At this step, I will add potassium permanganate to the water to disinfect the orchid. I used 20 drops of potassium permanganate. This dosage is sufficient to disinfect without harming the roots and leaves. This potassium permanganate solution kills bacteria, mold, and some remaining insects, while also cleaning the orchid after the separation and processing. After adding the potassium permanganate, I will stir well to ensure it dissolves completely in the water. Next, I will place the entire orchid root and leaves into the solution, ensuring that the roots and leaves are completely submerged. I will soak the orchid in the potassium permanganate solution so that the solution evenly contacts the entire surface of the plant. Next, I used a cup to hold the plant down and prevent it from floating. ensuring the roots and leaves were evenly submerged in the pot. The soaking time was about 30 minutes. Next, I use readily available garlic to treat and care for my orchids at home. I use 3 cloves of garlic. First, I peel off the outer skin, as this layer contains very few nutrients. The part we need is the inner core of the garlic, where the essential oils and beneficial compounds for orchids are concentrated. On the Blissful Garden channel, you can also find many ways to make homemade organic fertilizers from familiar kitchen ingredients. These are not only cost-effective, but also help plants grow sustainably. Then, I slice the garlic thinly so that the active ingredients in the garlic can easily be released into the solution. Garlic is a very strong natural antibacterial and antifungal agent. When used correctly, garlic helps eliminate harmful bacteria, limit mold, and repel some insects that often harm orchid. Beyond cleaning, the garlic solution also acts as a natural immune booster for orchids. When orchids are weakened, with poorly developed or slow recovering roots, a garlic solution helps to clean the root zone, create a more aerated environment, and stimulate the formation of new, healthier roots. I will take a clean container to continue the treatment process. Next, I will put all the peeled garlic into the container. After adding the garlic to the container, I will set it aside to prepare for the next steps of mixing the solution and treating the orchid. Next, I will use a tomato to supplement the orchid's nutrients. Tomatoes are rich in vitamin C and contain many important minerals such as potassium, phosphorus, and a small amount of nitrogen, which support the orchid's recovery and growth. Vitamin C helps the plant increase its resistance, while potassium and phosphorus play an important role in root and leaf development and overall growth. I will use a clean knife to slice the tomato into thin slices, then cut it into smaller pieces. Cutting it into smaller pieces helps the nutrients in the tomato dissolve more easily when used, allowing the orchid to absorb them more effectively. At this point, a tomato is completely chopped and ready for the next step in preparing the orchid care solution. Next, I will add all the chopped tomatoes to the container with the garlic. Next, I will add about 500 milliliters of clean filtered water to the container to begin the nutrient extraction process. Then, I will use a blender and put the entire mixture of garlic and tomatoes in to blend thoroughly. Thorough blending helps to release the maximum amount of essential oils in the garlic and vitamins and minerals in the tomatoes, making the nutrients more easily soluble in water. Next, I will prepare a clean container and a filter to proceed with the purification step. The purpose of this step is to completely remove the pulp and coarse sediment, retaining only the pure liquid. Thorough filtration makes the solution clearer, cleaner, and safer for orchid roots, preventing sediment buildup that could clog roots or cause irritation during use. After filtering, all the garlic and tomato residue will be removed. At this point, we will have a container of natural nutrient solution, rich in active ingredients from garlic and vitamins and minerals from tomatoes, ready for use in the next steps of orchid care and recovery. Next, I will add 2 liters of clean filtered water to the solution container. This amount of water is equivalent to 2 pitchers of filtered water, helping to dilute the garlic and tomato solution to a concentration suitable for the orchid. Correct dilution is crucial, as an overly concentrated solution can shock the roots, while a moderate concentration allows the plant to absorb nutrients safely and effectively. This solution is rich in vitamins, minerals, and natural active ingredients beneficial for the orchid's recovery and growth. After soaking for the required time, I will remove the orchid from the solution. At this point, the orchid has been effectively treated against bacteria and fungi, and its surface environment is cleaner and safer. Then, I will set the orchid aside to continue with the next steps of care and treatment. Next, I will prepare a cleaned container and set it aside for soaking the plant. Then, I will take out our entire orchid plant and gently place it inside the container. Once the plant is in the correct position, I will begin pouring in the nutrient solution, ensuring that the orchid's roots are completely submerged. At this point, I will soak the entire orchid, focusing on ensuring the roots are in direct contact with the nutrient solution. The roots, when soaked in the container, will gradually absorb the nutrients, providing a final cleansing and stimulating absorption. Next, I will also soak the young orchid plant, doing the same to ensure both the mother plant and the young plant receive equal care. Once the water has completely covered the roots and base of the orchid, I will let it soak for about 25 minutes. This time is crucial, as this is when the orchid roots absorb nutrients most effectively, storing energy within the stem and roots. Next, after soaking the orchid for 25 minutes, I will remove it from the container. At this point, you can clearly see that our orchid has completely changed. The leaves are plump, fresh, and more vibrant, and both the mother plant and the young plant have noticeably revived. Looking closely at the roots, you will see that the root tips have begun to open, indicating that the roots are actively seeking and absorbing nutrients. Inside the plant, the cells have accumulated a lot of energy, making the plant stronger, the stem more robust, and the overall appearance very beautiful. Afterward, I will set the plant aside to drain and continue with the young orchid, doing the same. The nutrient solution from the garlic and tomato is now very effective, strongly stimulating the orchid's root tips to open, absorb nutrients faster, and store energy in the leaves and stem. Once the plant is ready, I will move on to repotting it. I use pots with good drainage and aeration, which helps keep the orchid roots dry and well ventilated, preventing root rot. Next, I'll take out a jar of cinnamon powder to treat the cuts on the orchid. Cinnamon powder has strong antibacterial and antifungal properties, and it also helps stimulate tissue healing, especially effective after separating stems, cutting roots, and dividing the plant. At the joints and cuts I've just made, I'll sprinkle a thin layer of cinnamon powder directly onto them to disinfect and prevent mold and bacteria from entering. When cinnamon powder is applied, the cuts will dry quickly, stay clean and safe, preventing rot or disease later on. This is a very important step, helping the orchid recover faster and more stably after separation. After treating with cinnamon powder, we'll move on to planting the orchid in a pot. Next, I will proceed with planting the orchid using shredded pine bark as a growing medium. This pine bark has been thoroughly treated and disinfected beforehand, completely eliminating mold and harmful bacteria, so you can rest assured of its safety. First, I will put a handful of shredded pine bark at the bottom of the pot, creating a well-draining base to prevent root rot. Then, I place our orchid in the center of the pot, adjusting the stem so that it stands upright and the roots spread naturally. With this planting method, the orchid will easily adapt. The roots will quickly attach to the growing medium, and it will grow more stably. The shredded pine bark grown medium has the advantage of being very aerated, lightweight, clean, and environmentally friendly, closely mimicking the natural growing conditions of orchids. When orchid roots develop in this type of substrate, their respiration is significantly improved, helping the plant grow healthily and reducing root rot and fungal diseases. This ensures the plant has a firm base while providing sufficient duration for the roots to continue developing. Next, I will add a thin layer of moss to the rim of the pot. This moss helps retain moisture on the surface of the growing medium, maintaining stable humidity in the pot and creating favorable conditions for the orchid roots to recover and grow quickly. When the surface of the pot is kept sufficiently moist, new roots will grow more easily and establish themselves faster, while ensuring that the first orchid pot is completely planted. Then, I will move on to planting the orchid seedling. First, I will put treated pine bark at the bottom of the pot to create a drainage layer and allow the roots to breathe. Next, I place the orchid seedling in the center of the pot, adjusting it so that the roots lie naturally, without being bent or compressed. Once the plant is in the correct position, I will add more pine bark around it, then gently tap it to distribute the bark evenly between the roots, helping the plant stand firmly while ensuring the necessary aeration. Finally, I also covered the surface of the pot with a thin layer of moss for the young orchid plant. The purpose was still to retain moisture, stabilize the root environment, and help the plant adapt quickly after planting. In the next section, I will guide you on how to care for the orchids after planting, so that they recover well and grow healthily in the future. So, we've finished planting the 2 orchid pots, including the mother plant and the seedling. Everything is now stable. After this step, the most important thing is daily care to help the plants recover quickly and grow evenly. First, I would mist the leaves and roots with clean water using a spray bottle. This method helps maintain just the right amount of moisture without shocking the plant or causing water. Regarding the care schedule, every 3 days, I will mist the leaves and roots to keep them moist, focusing on maintaining stable moisture levels in the growing medium. Please note, don't water out of habit. Observe the growing medium. Only water again when you see it starting to dry out. Alongside watering, fertilizing is also very important. During this period, I will fertilize with a light nutrient solution or fertilizer every 2 weeks. Averaging twice a month is sufficient. This method helps the plant increase its resistance, nourish its roots and leaves, without over-fertilizing or burning the roots. Finally, during the recovery phase after planting, I will move the plant to the garden, placing it in a shady, well-ventilated area with gentle breezes and soft light. Avoid direct sunlight, but still ensure there is gentle natural light for photosynthesis and good growth. With such care, our orchid will quickly stabilize, grow vigorously, and be ready for the next growth phase. After 3 weeks, you can clearly see that our orchid has revived and is thriving. The leaves, previously weak and pale, are now thicker, fuller, and turning greener every day. The shoot tips are firm, and although the edges are still slightly yellow, this is a sign of normal recovery. With more time, the leaves will be completely green. After separating the plant and replanting it in a well-draining substrate and a large well-draining pot, the root environment has improved significantly. Observe the roots. We'll see new roots have started to grow out of the pot, with strong, thick, and bright-colored tips, indicating excellent nutrient absorption. At the same time, the shoot tips continue to harden, And importantly, the old flower stalks are still developing, proving that the plant is not weakened but is accumulating energy to prepare for the next flowering stage. On this side are the seedling and the mother plant. After separating one seedling, the mother plant only has one left to nourish, so its energy is clearly concentrated. The mother plant's leaves are greener, thicker, and sturdier, and its ability to nourish the seedling is much better. When one node no longer has to nourish two at the same time, growth becomes balanced and the plant develops more stably and sustainably. Next, I checked the roots of the mother plant, and you can see that many roots have grown, strong, long, clinging to the sides and rim of the pot. Not only on the outside, but also inside the stem nodes, new roots are continuing to grow, proving that the root system is actively working and fully adapting to the new growing environment. Once the plant has strong roots, the orchid itself balances and cleans itself in its natural environment, as long as we care for it properly. With strong roots and stable leaves, the orchid will grow stronger day by day. In the next part, I will continue making natural fertilizer to care for orchids, and this time the recipe is still a combination of tomatoes and garlic, following the same method we used before. After extracting the tomato and garlic juice, I will prepare a clean container and carefully filter the solution to completely remove any pulp and sediment. After filtering the tomato and garlic juice, I will further remove all remaining sediment, keeping only the purest nutrient solution. Next, I will prepare a clean spray bottle, then pour the tomato and garlic nutrient solution into it. When ready, I will place the orchid plant out and spray directly onto the leaves. I spray evenly on both the top and bottom surfaces of the leaves to clean away dirt, remove toxins and mild mold, and allow the solution to penetrate through the stomata and cell grooves. This foliar fertilization method helps nutrients quickly reach the plant, nourishing it from the leaves down to the roots, effectively supporting the orchid's growth and recovery. After spraying, the orchid leaves will retain sufficient moisture and absorb nutrients to nourish the root system. Next, I will water the orchid's roots and growing medium with a nutrient solution. I water evenly to ensure the roots are fully in contact with the nutrients, then soak the pot for about 20 minutes to help the roots absorb enough water and minerals. One maintain this fertilization routine every 2 weeks, on average, twice a month, and subsequent times I may adjust the dosage to suit the plant's condition. On normal days, when not fertilizing, I only water with clean filtered water every 3 days. After soaking, I remove the pot, let it drain, and rearrange the roots neatly to help the plant stabilize and continue to grow vigorously. After each watering or soaking, I always rearrange the roots and return the plant to its original position. And here are the results after the next 2 months. You can see that our orchid has fully recovered and is growing remarkably well. The leaves are now flat, thick, sturdy, and lush green, with a shinier surface, indicating good photosynthesis and stable metabolism. The young orchid plants have also grown rapidly, with thick, strong stems, uniform growth, and especially a lot of roots, showing that the plant is fully adapted to the new environment. When we separate one young plant from the mother plant's growth improves significantly. Combined with a well-draining, environmentally friendly growing medium and proper care, the mother plant becomes healthier every day. You can carefully observe the root system of the mother plant. The roots have spread to the rim of the pot, the root tips are thick, bright in color, and continue to grow longer. The leaves are green, thick, and firm, indicating that the plant has accumulated enough energy from light to nourish the stem, leaves, and roots. At this stage, our orchid has grown completely naturally, healthily, and stably. When just continue caring for it using the same methods, maintaining regular watering and natural fertilization, and it will continue to thrive. For the young orchid, you can see that the roots, leaves, and flower stalks are all developing very well. The young plant has matured significantly, no longer weak as it was initially. Soon it will produce additional lush green leaves, with the mature roots intertwining and spreading to fill the entire pot. This is the result of persistent, proper, and dedicated care. When we put our full attention into the orchid, it will respond with healthy leaves, strong roots, and stable flower stalks, ready for year-round blooms. With regular, gentle, but proper care, the orchids in our garden will always thrive, grow long-lasting, and create a healthy, vibrant garden with continuous blooms over time. I hope this video helps you better care for your orchids at home. If you find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more simple and natural orchid care tips. In the next video, I will reveal a new method to revive care for orchids, helping them sprout roots and bloom incredibly quickly.